Hey guys, this is Gaijin Hunter, and welcome to my next weapons impressions video, and this one is for the light bowgun. This is in the demo, of course, from MHRise, so there's a lot of stuff we don't have access to, but I want to show you sort of stuff that we do have and my overall thoughts. This is not a tutorial by any means, so I'm probably going to miss some stuff, so please let me know down in the comments below if there's anything important that I missed. Being a demo, of course, the ammo types are incredibly limited on what we can use. So the light bowgun is, you should not judge it just based upon the generic demo gun that they give you access to. For the demo bowgun, we do have normal 1 on rapid. So if you notice here, we can move while we're shooting it, which is nice, of course, or we can stand stationary and go crazy. Normal 1 is not a very good type to be shooting at a monster though, so I do not recommend it if you're using it in the demo. For normal shots, we just have regular, shots like this, and we could do a side step afterwards. Or if we do it 2 times in a row, we can do that nice snazzy evade. I do gotta admit, I love this armor for the Great Izuchi. It looks so cool, doesn't it? Going down, we do have Pierce Ammo 1, which I'm going to show off a little bit later in this video when I go up to Mizutsune. This is the ammo that I think you want to use in the demo because it is really powerful, and there's actually a trick to make sure that you can have a lot more than just these 60 shots. I'm not going to go through all these, but we do have sticky ammo back, which is great, so you can use this to KO monsters. Cluster bombs work just like they did, and you can sit over here, you can aim it and shoot it. Notice it does take quite some time in order to shoot these things off, and there is a little tech thing that I will show on how to do that faster. And then we have our elemental ammo, so we've got a little bit of everything. These are not on rapid shot, so they may seem very slow, and there's only 3 in the clip. So again, please do not judge the demo based upon this particular bowgun. If we go into the crafting list here, actually, we can see that there's a lot more ammo in this game than we have access to. We have number 1, 2, we have our pierces, spread, a new type called shrapnel ammo, which I can't wait to see, and I love this description. Ammo that covers a wide area. Who needs accuracy when you can hit this much? We do have all of our levels of sticky ammo going all the way to 3 different levels of cluster bomb, poison, paralysis, sleep, exhaust, recover, demon armor, flaming, and of course we do have the elemental piercing ammo, which is back. This was kind of a special thing. It was an internal ammo type in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. It was awesome. So I love the idea that it's coming back in this game as official ammo type that you can craft, make, and bring with you. So here we have piercing elemental for every type possible and all the different combinations. And of course we have wyvern and slicing. So some very exciting things. I can't wait to get my hands on more bowguns and see all the things that they are capable of doing. And of course, one of my favorite features from the light bowgun from World and Iceborne is back, which is the wyvern fire. You see those 3 little shots above my normal ammo types over here? At any time with my weapon out, I can press the A button to plant 1, 2, or 3 in the ground. And these things can be hit for up to 5 times to do additional damage. A monster can run into it and it'll blow up. You can melee and blow it up. You can shoot a shot into it to blow it up. And they do a lot of good damage, so definitely keep in mind when you have these in stock, you want to use them. You do not want to just hold on to them and not use them because of the damage they can output, but those are really fun. And of course, we can't forget that pressing X and A together will do a nice melee attack. You can use this to stun monsters, sort of blow up your wyvern blast, which is something I like to do as well. So I'll lay a wyvern blast here, and then if you're near the monster, you can just sit there and use it to hit them and blow up your wyvern blast, which is fun. As far as Silkbind attacks go, because ZL is being used for targeting, we have to hold R in order to do our Silkbind attacks. This works the same for the other gunner weapons like bow and such like that. So it does take a little bit of getting used to. If you're used to Blade Master and holding ZL to do the Silkbinds, just swap it over with R. So R and X will do this forward sort of jump shoo. And you may be asking yourself, okay, that just took 2 gauges of wire bug, and it didn't do anything. What is that, just like an evasive move? So what you're supposed to do is press ZR afterwards, and it will do a very powerful slicing element shot, which will allow you to cut off tails and do stuff like that. So let's see how that looks. Boom. It generally does somewhere around like 70 damage, so it's not like crazy, at least in this demo, but I do imagine that it will add up. It does help in contributing in multiplayer hunts for cutting the tail and stuff like that. The other move we got here is hold R and press the A button, and you get this super jump upward. From here you can shoot ammo, you can press A to throw one of your wyverns, and that's really the main thing of this. If you have a wyvern blast ammo left, if you can throw that on top of the back of a monster, it does an incredible amount of mount damage, which will allow you to almost instantly mount a monster, and it'll break their back and do stuff like that. So in order to do that, just hold down R and press A, and in the air you want to press the A button. If you notice, we'll shoot downward our Wyvern ammo. Now of course we don't have a monster here, so it's stuck on the ground, but normally if you can aim that properly and the monster is big enough, it will land right on top of them and it will sticky to their body, which is pretty awesome. So I'm going to try to show that off here in the second half of this video. The other thing you can do, and this is a tech that I saw on Twitter which I thought was really cool, was if you remember those cluster bombs took a really long time to aim, to shoot, and do everything. Well, apparently you can use this art to shoot them in the air for much faster and greater mobility. Yeah, so if you notice here, it's much faster. You can shoot it, you can aim it in the air, and it blows up pretty much on demand. So here's me, I'm going to go ahead and reload and aim for the supply box and see if that works. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So there is some extra uses for this wire art. I imagine there's other uses as well, and it's just going to take some getting used to. Let's see what rapid looks like. Yeah, we can fire off 2 of those in a row. And looking at normal 2. We can do that in a reload. So I think that's because I didn't have my ammo reloaded. Let me try that out again. Yeah, it's because I didn't have it loaded up. One tip that some people are giving me, which definitely does help, is when you're doing that second wire bug art, this one where you jump in the air, move your camera. The more you move your camera to aim, it'll make using it a lot easier. That goes for everything. You can do that for sort of aiming with the Wyvern Blast and stuff like that. So I'm not that good at this art, and I apologize, but I imagine that as people sort of get used to this thing more in combat, we'll see a lot more tech that comes out of it. And another thing that it can be used for, of course, is evading attacks. Mizutsune in this demo is brutal with its water gun sort of attack. So if you see it coming, you can just hit this and jump right over it. So I think that is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and see this thing in motion. One of the things that I do want to note here, though, before we go in there, is that because Pierce ammo is such an important thing against a monster like Mizutsune, you're going to want to craft more of it. You don't want to have to go back to the camp, and you certainly don't want to run out and be stuck using normal ammo, which stinks. So what you want to do is hold down the minus button, and you'll get this sort of map, right? So what you can do is use the R button to tab over to item list selection and press X. This will allow you to select any item that you want. So tab over to materials, and what we want to do is filter for latchberries. As long as you pitch up a latchberry, you'll pick up and automatically craft 40 different Pierce ammos, which is fantastic. So let's go ahead and choose that. And you can see all the locations. There are latchberries everywhere in this demo. Now with that selected, anytime we hold down the L button, you can see them on the mini-map on the left-hand side, which is awesome. Of course, you can pick up stuff with your dogs as well. So if you're running, let's show you where these other latchberries are. There we go. So right here, that will give you 40 Pierce ammo if you have the autocraft on, which should be on by default. But if you go to crafting list and press Y for the submenu and go to the settings, you should be able to go over here and make sure that the check is on. Of course, you can also create shortcuts, but unfortunately you're able only to do them one at a time. In the full game, I imagine you'll be able to craft them all. But because this is a demo, they do have some limited functionality. Did I nail it? Yeah, so I got it on its back. So now I'm going to shoot it, and it... This is the joys of recording, everybody, is when you try to show something off, it never goes according to plan. So I'm going to keep it in here just to keep it real, just so you guys can see what actually happens in a hunt, and you're not only seeing ideal clips. But let's go over here. We did manage to get one of the stickies on its back, so the Pierce ammo should be able to detonate it, which means that I should be able to mount it, because this is the second Wyvern Blast that I've gotten so far on its back. At least I thought I got one on its back. I don't see it anymore. It must have blew up when I wasn't around. Well, let's do another one. There we go. Now that one definitely stuck. There we go. And if you notice, now we can mount, I believe. It's going to let us mount. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Again, I'm not that very good at using that art, and it does seem pretty situational. but I do like the idea. If you get really good at it, you should be able to mount monsters pretty easy using the light bowgun, which is great. And here is why the pierce ammo is so good in this game. Look at how many hits that does. That's just fantastic against a monster like Mizutsune, who's nice and long, and you can do lots of hits. So again, if we run out of latch berries, we can go ahead and just, grab a bunch. So if you notice we're running low on pierce ammo, we can go over here and we can see where the latch berries are. So all I got to do is go over here, pick some up, and boom, we got more pierce ammo to play with. So let's see if we can do that to this monster as well. Right on the back, and let's pierce ammo. We should be able to get a mount here. Look how fast that is. That is just fantastic, isn't it? And now, of course, we can take Rathian and have lots of fun beating up Mizutsune with it. We can cause Fire Blight to it, which is nice. Whap! Rathian is a fantastic weapon in the demo. If you haven't used her yet, I highly recommend her. Okay, now I will show you what that sort of slicing shot looks like. I don't want to mess this up, so I'm going to go ahead and lay a trap. There we go. Yeah, so if you notice that's 60, that's pretty decent damage. It's not bad. Could be better, but again, being able to cut with a bowgun is a pretty cool ability. That mixed in with slicing ammo, you should be able to do quite a bit of damage here. Anyways, I think that basically covers all the different moves you can do with the light bowgun. Again, this is more about the ammo types than it is the actual moveset. But hopefully you found this interesting. I definitely love light bowgun, and it's going to be one of the weapons I look to play as I go through my main story quest in Monster Hunter Rise. What my actual main will be, I don't know, but this is definitely going to be one of them. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, happy hunting.